I'd like to welcome everyone here to Elvis's Hawaii, Music, Movies, and More. This is an exhibition that we opened in January 2013 here at Graceland, and it chronicles Elvis's love of the island. The unique thing is that when we came up with the concept about the exhibit, it all started with one singular event. That is Elvis's 1973 Aloha from Hawaii concert that was seen via satellite by over 1.5 billion people. This historic celebration of Elvis on television is what was the driving force behind the creation of this exhibition. As we started digging through Elvis's archives looking for items to put on display, the one thing that came across was how Elvis was a tourist in Hawaii just as we are. The first time he went to Hawaii in 1957, Elvis saved menus from the boat ride over. When I saw those menus, it gave me the idea of putting the exhibit together in a scrapbook form. So this is what Elvis's Hawaii scrapbook would look like in 3D. The other unique thing here in the exhibit is we're able to use never-before-seen footage of Elvis's first concerts in Hawaii. It was November of 1957 that Elvis first went to Hawaii after receiving over 5,000 pieces of fan mail from the islands and deciding that he was going to try to make it over there someday. His first concerts were actually filmed in color by one of his entourage members. We're able to display here not only some of the never-before-seen footage of Elvis in Hawaii in November of '57, but we also display the gold lame jacket and the outfit the way that he wore it, with black pants and a black shirt. The jacket is famous for Elvis wearing it both on and off stage, but mainly using it in this ensemble the way that we have it displayed. Elvis would often visit Hawaii, not only filming 3 movies there, but also performing several shows. Probably one of the most memorable besides Aloha was his benefit for the USS Arizona at Block Arena, held in March of 1961. The fund for the Arizona pretty much had stopped, and Elvis threw his name behind it to bring awareness as well as raise money to complete the memorial for the USS Arizona. It became a very special place for Elvis, someplace he would visit every time he was on the islands. Elvis not only played in Hawaii, but he also vacationed there, and he filmed 3 movies there: Blue Hawaii, Paradise Hawaiian Style, and Girls, Girls, Girls. The other things you'll see in the exhibit is stuff from Elvis's concerts. His next concerts in Hawaii were in 1972. November of that year was the release of Elvis on Tour. While Elvis on Tour was playing here in the States, Elvis was back in Honolulu performing sold-out concerts, and we have 2 of the jumpsuits that he wore in November of '72. But then the focal point of the exhibit is Aloha from Hawaii, Elvis's 1973 satellite broadcast. The last case is dedicated entirely to the show, where we have featured not only the American Eagle jumpsuit that Elvis wore that night, but the famous cape that at the end of the concert he tossed into the audience, and it was caught by a sports writer who then sold it to an Elvis fan, and upon his passing in '95, Mr. Kern, who had purchased the cape, actually willed it back here to the estate. His only condition is that it always be on display, and it always has been. Other things in this case that highlight Aloha are the outfits that he wore for both press conferences, the one in Las Vegas and the one at the Hawaiian Hilton, and the arrival helicopter suit, as we call it, the tan corduroy outfit that Elvis wore getting off the helicopter when landing in Honolulu. And yes, Elvis wore corduroy in January in Honolulu. He was always the fashion statement and fashion icon. And then the other little things in the case include jewelry he wore, a check that was probably the most interesting thing that we found is that Elvis donated $1,000 to get the fundraising started for the Kuili Cancer Fund, which was the beneficiary of the show. And we just recently uncovered the actual check itself that Elvis wrote that day and donated to the Cancer Fund, so it's part of the display as well. I hope you all enjoyed this walk through Elvis's music, movies, and more, and I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Elvis and his love of the islands.